behind Bird. It's Sanchez DHing, batting 5th. Didi Gregorius, the shortstop, bats 6th. You see the numbers for Miguel Andujar, last night's offensive hero over his last 18 games, scorching hot. Austin Romine, also scorching hot, bats 8th. Gleyber Torres rounds out the Yankees starting lineup.
Well, making his first ever start against the New York Yankees, Sam Gaviglio, and you can see what he's done so far for the Blue Jays. He's worked out of the bullpen and as a starter. Looks like he's performed pretty well with that record. 2-1, 3.32, 18 hits in 21 2/3 innings. Opponent's hitting just .220 against the 28-year-old right-hander. Let's check out our pitcher scouting report, brought to you by your Honda dealers. He's more of an old-time pitcher. Sinker, slider, doesn't really rely on velocity, so he gets a lot of ground ball outs when he's working well. He also works very quickly, which all of us like. And he's out of Oregon State, so he's a Beaver. Did his college pitching at Oregon State, out there in the, was it Pac-12?
That's right.
Yeah, the Pac-12.
We'll take a look at the defense behind the former Beaver. It's presented by Geico across the outfield. Teoscar Hernandez in left, Kevin Pillar in center. Curtis Granderson gets the start in right tonight with Randall Grichuk sitting. Solarte, who had a sparkling day at third yesterday, he starts at third base with Diaz at short. Devin Travis at second, Justin Smoke at first, and the former Yankee Russell Martin behind the plate to catch Gaviglio. The Yankees 14-5 in their last 19 completed road games, and they are trying to move to 22 games over 500 for the first time since the end of the 2012 season. These two teams have gone in opposite directions since April 25th. The Yankees a major league best 26-9, while Toronto is a major league worst 12-26. See the numbers on Brett Gardner as he digs in. Had 1 hit last night, could have had 3 if it wasn't for Solarte at third. And Gardner takes strike 1.
Yeah, he's still up there with a 5-game hitting streak, though.
Oh, and 2 quickly on Brett Gardner as that one just catches the bottom of the zone.
Here's a look at the umpires for tonight.
Todd Tichenor behind the plate. 1-2 on Gardner.
You know, kind of not used to 2-game series. You know, this is in and out, you know, just like drive-through.
That's it. And in a city like Toronto this time of year, you could use an extra day to hang out.
Well, wasn't the first series a 4-game series?
Right.
When the Yankees were here.
The Yankees will be back here July 6th, 7th, and 8th for a 3-game series. Gardner taps that up the middle. The shortstop Diaz charges Fields and throws out Gardner. 1 down.
Anytime Gardner hits the ball slowly to the left side, the pressure's on the infielders to come up with it cleanly, make the transfer, and throw on the run to try and get him out of the box. Definite speed down the line. Nice play by Diaz, the shortstop, and there's 1 down.
Here is Aaron Judge, who got yesterday off. First game he did not appear in this season. Coming off that 8-strikeout doubleheader in Detroit, set a major league record. And takes strike 1.
You know, I was watching him during batting practice, and he hit a lot of balls to right and right center. Like he was trying to stay inside the ball and didn't worry about pulling the ball very often.
Judge ahead in the count, 2-1.
Sinker, slider, curveball, and a changeup for Gaviglio.
4th start of the year for Gaviglio. As Judge takes strike 2. That one just catches the outside corner. 2-2 on Aaron Judge.
Yep, it did have the corner.
The 2-2. Check swing roller to the right side. Travis will throw out Judge for the second out. No Yankee in the lineup has seen Gaviglio before.
Yeah.
Here's Greg Bird. Had a double last night and takes that for strike one. Gaviglio made 13 starts between Seattle and Kansas City last year. Basically league average numbers. And after he was roughed up in spring training with Kansas City, traded for by the Blue Jays, and has worked his way up from the minors into the pen and now into the rotation for Toronto, who's been looking for answers, especially with the injuries they've suffered.
Yeah, Marcus Stroman. Although there might be some good news in the near future. Stroman's working his way back to the Blue Jays in the minors.
Bird drives that in the air deep to left center field. Pilar racing over to the track, and instead it'll be the left fielder Hernandez who makes the catch for the final out of a 1-2-3 first inning. Sonny Gray goes to work next here on Yes. Starting lineup. Curtis Granderson leading off. Yangervis Solarte in the 2 spot. Teoscar Hernandez has really hurt the Yankees. 6 home runs in 11 games against him in his career. He bats third. Then it's Smoke, Morales, Pilar, Russell Martin, Devin Travis, and Diaz to round out the Blue Jays starting lineup.
Sonny Gray on the mound, 28 years old, 4-3 in his career against the Toronto Blue Jays. Those are the numbers for this season. 4-4, 5.50, coming off a very good start against the Baltimore Orioles. Let's take a look at the pitcher scatter report brought to you by your Tri-Honda dealer. No free passes in that last start in Baltimore. Didn't walk anybody. It's the first time that Sonny Gray didn't issue a walk since late September 2016 in a game. Step forward, step back. His last 6 games, he's alternated wins and losses. But the Yankees are hoping that changes so he can pick up 2 wins in a row tonight. And Gray in gray, the gray uniform, you see it there? His last 14 innings pitched on the road, just 2 runs allowed.
And he deals strike 1 to Curtis Granderson. On the road in general, Gray has been very good this season. 2 or fewer earned runs allowed in 4 of the 5 starts. The only one that he struggled on the road was at Fenway, as that's right into the shift. Gregorius will throw out Granderson, 1 down. Take a look at the defense behind Gray. It's presented by Geico. Across the outfield, Stanton in left, Gardner shifting to center with Hicks getting the day off, Judge in right, and Duhar, Didi, Torres, Bird around the infield, and Austin Romine once again catching Sonny Gray. Here is Yangervis Solarte. Swinging first pitch, lines it to left. It'll hang up for Stanton, 2 down.
They haven't wasted any time, are they?
Quick 2-game set, quick at bats. 3 pitches, 2 outs for Sonny Gray. And Here is Teoscar Hernandez, who is the 3rd most home runs against the Yankees since the start of last season. Only Manny Machado and Hanley Ramirez with more. And they've done it with far more plate appearances.
I was going to say, Teoscar hasn't been up against the Yankees all that much.
No.
But one thing, he is a power hitter. 26 of his 45 hits on the year are for extra bases. Ooh, he got fooled on that one. Good hook. Oh, this is last night. Remember we said CC only gave up 3 hits. Here's one of them. This is the home run to put the Blue Jays in front, 1-0. Just a high drifting fly ball towards the corner, just over the wall. Wow.
And a smooth first inning for Sonny Gray as he retires the Blue Jays 1-2-3 on 6 pitches. No score as we go to the second. Gray worked a smooth, efficient 6-pitch 1-2-3 bottom of the first. One of the things we've seen from Gray of late, which has been a point of emphasis from Austin Romine and the Yankees, is just him working quicker with more rhythm and pace. And you can see he was on the mound waiting for the batter, ready to go. Maybe 4, 5, and 6 for the Yankees. Giancarlo Stanton. He takes inside, ball 1. Stanton with a couple of hits last night, a double off the top of the wall in right, and then a loop single to left.
He's gone 8 for his last 24.
And his numbers on the road.
Ooh. It's a key at bat. He's hitting 299.
Much stronger this year. Swing and a miss. 2-2. And the count is full on Giancarlo Stanton. If you go to OPS as well, on base plus slugging, he has a meaty 946 OPS on the road compared to just a 684 OPS at home. And Stanton takes ball 4, a leadoff walk here in the second for Giancarlo Stanton. And here comes Gary Sanchez, who hit a ball, Kenny, in BP about as far as you'll see a ball hit here.
Yeah, I was actually watching this when he did it, and that's up at the 500 level. Now, there weren't any fans up there at that time, but there are a few up there now. So if he hits one up there now, somebody's going to have a souvenir.
Usually they don't have to bring their gloves up there, but
they have to bring oxygen tanks up, tanks up there.
That's a long way.
You know, you could chop that up into about 15, 16 singles.
Sanchez started the Yankees rally in the 7th last night with a single to center field. And Aaron Boone was talking about the struggles that Gary has been going through lately and said he feels like he's just been missing pitches that he normally does serious damage with. Whether it's popping them up or fouling them back.
And when he starts to stay on the ball and drive it into the gap in right center, that's when I think he really has it going.
That's towards the middle. The second baseman Travis will glove it, nearly run into Diaz and throw out Sanchez. Moving to second is Stanton. One down.
There's an example of how the shift maybe worked against the Blue Jays a little bit, because there's nobody over there to take a throw at second base. You saw this shortstop Diaz could have gotten to that ball, and maybe at least they would have gotten the force at second, if not the double play. So they get Sanchez at first, but now Stanton is in scoring position.
Here's Gregorius. Didi pokes that foul.
Didi had his 6-game hitting streak broken last night, but he did score a couple of runs. He walked and scored in front of the home run of Hicks, and he was also hit by a pitch and scored on the home run by Andujar.
It's on the inside corner for a strike, and it's 0-2 on Gregorius.
Now, when you're facing a pitcher for the first time, that first at bat, of course, you want to do something, but you want to see some pitches. You want to see what this guy has.
Didi dealing with a little something in the eye there. Rolled to first. Smoke taps the bag. 2 down as Stanton advances to third.
I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about when you face a pitcher for the first time. Years ago, the Oakland A's had a #1 draft pick. It was Mike Morgan, right out of high school, and a week later he started against us in Oakland.
Wow.
Charlie Finley had billed him as the next Nolan Ryan, and I came up to hit in the first inning, and I just wanted to take a pitch, and he threw it in there, and I turned to Lee May on deck, and I said, "This is not Nolan Ryan."
And do you remember what happened with the second pitch?
I know I got a hit later in the game. I don't know if it was that at bat. But to Morgan's credit, he went 9 innings that day.
Whoa.
But we beat him.
Right out of high school.
Right out of high school.
You would obviously never see that today.
Now, I think he gave up a home run to Lee May later on in the game, who, once I told him it wasn't Nolan Ryan, he felt a lot better.
That's right. You provided the confidence he needed.
And that was in June of 1978.
June 11th, complete game, his first start.
Yeah. What was the score?
3-0.
I think he ran into Scott McGregor that day.
Well, you had 2 ribbies, Kenny.
Really?
A 2-run double off Morgan.
There you go.
You were happy he was called up.
Yeah.
Two and 1 on Andujar. Popped up off of first foul. And just into the seats. Nice grab. Reaching over with the bare hand.
All right.
Yeah.
Talk about Andujar and what he's been doing lately. One thing, you saw his average is now over 300, but he's hit much better against righties. 336 against right-handed pitching. That's add a 300 hitter to your lineup, and lately he's been smoking. 4-game hitting streak.
Andujar with 13 extra base hits in his last 18 games. He is first among major league rookies in batting average and extra base hits, second in ribbies, second in runs scored. The 2-2. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Martin.
Russell Martin's been one of the best for years, the veteran catcher. Maybe not having an offensive year, but he's always got that glove and the ability to block balls in the dirt. See him shift over, get the ball, almost caught it.
Yeah. And Andujar has worked the count full. Here's the payoff. Ball 4 bounced up there, and Andujar works a walk. And the inning will continue with runners on the corners now for the piping hot Austin Romine.
Well, I always mention the fact that Andujar is tough to walk. That's only his 8th. He's been to the plate almost 200 times now.
It feels like he's been showing a little more patience of late.
Well, well, those pitches weren't really that close. So
right.
Yeah.
Not chasing way out of the zone. Here is Romine, who has been just terrific, both sides of the ball. And he takes strike 1. Romine this year with runners in scoring position, 529. That is first in baseball for hitters with a minimum of 20 plate appearances. 1-1.
I always call those late afternoon batting averages, 529.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost dinner time.
When you get up into the early evening, that's really.
And he's been hitting for power lately. He's 4 home runs last 7 games. Of course, he had that big 3-run homer in Detroit in the first game of the doubleheader.
He has an 11-game hitting streak.
And just all kinds of great numbers.
He's hitting .469 over that 11-game hitting streak. The 1-1. Lines hard, diving stop by Travis, and he gets the out at second to rob Romine of a ribby and the Yankees of a run. Outstanding play by Devin Travis as he snared the one-hop liner that looked ticketed for center field. A full body length dive, the flip, and it ends the inning and keeps the Yankees off the scoreboard. Hybrid is the official hybrid vehicle of the New York Yankees. At Yes Network, we've asked on Twitter, do you think that the way fans cheer for a particular team in sports can impact the way players perform? Well, at Respect to Jeter, absolutely. I think fans can make an impact on a game. Home team feels supported and more excited. Away team can get rattled if they let it happen. Follow Yes Network and tweet us your responses using the hashtag Yankees Camry Hybrid to keep the conversation going.
You ever watch a game with a group of your friends and you're all rooting for the same team, and maybe you leave the room and when you come back the team has scored like a touchdown?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then they tell you to get out of the room?
That's right. I had a friend who almost got divorced last year during the playoffs because he wouldn't let his wife into his apartment during Game 5 of the ALDS because the Yankees had taken a 3-0 lead. Well, she was gone.
Jesus.
That's tough.
That's taking it a little far.
I agree. Gray retires Smoke. They're still together, by the way. Caitlin and Deep are doing great.
And take a look at it. Oh, it's sling back fastball. Two-seamer that swings back over the inside corner. Mike Messina used to do this very well. Bartolo Colon does it, and Smoke is caught looking.
Nine pitches, 9 strikes from Sonny Gray, and yep, that's the jinx. Grounded hard. Bird snares it with the backhand, flips to Gray, 2 down.
Yeah, we got people diving all over the field coming up with hard smashes. Nice play by Greg Bird at first base. Of course, Sonny Gray gets over to cover the bag to get Morales for out number 2. Nice play. Morales, he hadn't been hitting the ball hard lately. He's now 0 for his last 15, and he's thinking, I can't buy a hit.
Here's Kevin Pillar, who was thinking that until he homered last night. He had been 5 for 53 before he homered off Sabathia in the 7th inning.
And no, I didn't get a chance to ask CeCe today, but I think that was the worst pitch he threw of the game last night.
It was, yeah.
Middle of the plate and up. Everything else was very, very good. Yeah, watch, this is kind of centered. The target's in, but look where the ball is, about right there. And Pillar hits it out of the ballpark.
One hopper to second. Torres throws out Pillar, and another quick inning for Gray. 8 pitches in the second. After 6 in the first, he's retired all 6. Fans, go to @Yes Network on Twitter and vote for the Montefiore Doing More Player of the Week. Miguel Andujar, Luis Severino, Giancarlo Stanton, your choices. Yankees and Blue Jays scoreless, top of the third inning. Yankees threatened in the second. Austin Romine hit a rocket up the middle with runners on the corners and 2 outs, and Devin Travis made an outstanding diving play to rob him.
Torres hit a little bump in the road here. He's 3 for his last 17 and 0 for his last 10. But he does lead all rookies in home runs with 10.
Yankee bench didn't love that first pitch strike call against Torres. That one's right down the middle, 0-2. And Torres chases strike 3.
First strikeout. Got him 0-2 and then got him to go fishing. Slider about 6'7", maybe a foot outside.
Here is Gardner, who grounded out to short his first time up.
All right, this is now the second time through for the Yankee hitters. Let's see. They got their look-see. See if they can capitalize this time through. Change up.
0-2 on Gardner. Gardner entered this game hitting .337 since May 4th. 0-2. On the inside corner, strike 3. Gardner down looking. 2 out now as Aaron Judge comes to the plate. Now, in batting practice, as we take a look at the best of BP, Judge sent this soaring into right center field. Long gone under the Rogers letters. You see retrieved by a family there. And the boy realizes that was Judge.
Read his lips.
I mean, how cool is that? Just how excited he was when he found out it was Judge who hit that. It's that pure joy on that young kid's face.
There he is. Better put a glove on it. Put down the sign, put a glove on it.
That's right. How about you come to the game in Toronto with an all-rise Aaron Judge gavel sign, and you end up with an Aaron Judge BP home run ball. Grounded to short. Diaz throws out Judge. A 1-2-3 third inning for Gaviglio. That young man will have another chance to lift up the sign in a little bit. part by ShopRite. We're all about food. We're all about savings. We're all about you. By GMC, visit TriStateGMC.com for great lease offers. And by People's United Bank, checking without curveballs, member FDIC. Bottom of the third inning in Toronto. Sonny Gray has retired the first 6 Blue Jays on 14 total pitches. A 6-pitch first, an 8-pitch second. And a first pitch strike to Russell Martin.
Yeah, that's the key. First pitch strikes. We all know the batting averages of hitters when they're behind on the count as opposed to when they are ahead. Russell Martin hitting 170. He's a better hitter than that.
That's lined to right field. It hangs up for Judge. 1 down. Well, to your point, Kenny, about the ahead and behind in the count, it is particularly relevant with Sonny Gray. Now, it's relevant with every pitcher, but with Gray, when batters are ahead in the count, they hit 387.
There we go.
Or you see when Gray's behind in the count, batters hit 387. When Gray's ahead in the count, they hit 189. You see the slugging percentage, the vast difference.
Well, the hitters can anticipate a fastball. Everybody goes up there, they want a fastball. When pitcher falls behind on the count, he might get more of the middle of the plate than he wants to try and fight his way back and get the count even. And
you may say, well, okay, that's the difference, but isn't the difference large in general?
Yeah, well.
It is, but it's Major League average is about a 95-point difference. That's a difference of 200 points between being ahead and behind in the count.
And pitchers become more predictable when they're behind on the count. So, you know, Sonny Gray's ahead on this count. Let's see what happens with Devon Travis here.
The 1-2 and 2-2. This is the first 2-ball count for Sonny Gray. It's cued off the end of the bat.
There's a curveball. He took something off. Only 82 miles an hour. See, Travis was way out in front. Sonny used that pitch very well in the game at Baltimore.
It's a good ratio. 17 of his 21 pitches for strikes.
Yep.
Romine sets up inside. A little bit down with the 95-mile-an-hour heater. 3-2. Go back to it. Broken bat, looper into shallow left field. Stanton gets there for out number 2.
Used to seeing Gardner out there with those short, quick strides, and you know, looks very speedy. Stanton's got the long, loping strides, but he's covering ground. He comes on and gets this one. Sort of a semi-basket catch, and that's out number 2. Probably looking at card, tell him where to play the hitters.
Yep. Aledmus Diaz takes called just a bit high. 1-0. There's a strike.
A little late movement on that fastball. Dip over the corner. Just caught a hint of it.
Foul down the right field line, and Gray ahead in the count. 1-2.
There is a definite improvement in his tempo on the mound. He's working a lot faster than he was at the beginning of the year.
The 1-2. Diaz just held up.
That pitch was designed to get him to chase it out of the strike zone. Looks like a strike. Now it's not, and he almost committed.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Sonny Gray with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball retires Diaz, and he has sat down all 9 Blue Jays. Five beaches of the Normandy invasion on D-Day. We'll have the answer for you in the bottom of the inning.
I did watch the movie The Longest Day, so I think I got the answer here.
Think you know the beaches?
Yeah, I think I do.
Showing your versatility now.
Well, it's history. It was the start of the end of World War II in Europe.
Sure was. The Audi scoreboard. No score, no hits for either team. Sonny Gray has retired all 9 Blue Jays he's faced. Stanton and Andujar worked walks. Those are the only 2 Yankee base runners.
Just that little bit of movement. We talked about Cavillo's sinking fastball, and just when you go to swing at it, it has that little dip to it, and you hit on top of it. The Yankees have only hit 1 fly ball to the outfield. That was hit by Bird in the first inning.
Count full on Bird. Just able to nick that as he was out in front. Stay alive. 3-2. CC Sabathia feeling good after 7 innings of 3-hit ball last night, and Sonny Gray dealing so far tonight. Bird rips that right into the shift. Travis will throw him out for the first out. Now, we talk about D-Day. There's a strong Yankee connection with Yogi Berra. The former Yankee, also an American hero, was on a rocket boat, a support ship at Normandy. And if you've never seen the piece that Bob Lorenz did with Yogi, I'd highly recommend looking it up. It's outstanding just hearing Yogi recall that day and his memories of it. Stanton grounds it to the hole, left side, backhand Diaz. He'll throw Stanton out. 2 out.
Yankees have hit some balls hard on the ground, but so far the Blue Jay infielders have been up to it, up to the task. Good strong arm by Diaz. 114 mile per hour off the bat on a ground ball.
Yeah. There's a high hit probability when you hit the ball that hard.
Yep. Blue Jays got Diaz from the St. Louis Cardinals when Troy Tulowitzki had surgery on his heel. And I don't know if there is an estimated time of when he's coming back.
Believe they have an exact target date yet for Tulowitzki. Diaz has played pretty well. Former Rookie of the Year with St. Louis. Gaviglio has some Yankees ties. His grandfather, the late Ralph Houck.
The Major.
That's right.
I think he was involved in the Battle of the Bulge during World War II, if I'm not mistaken.
Tying it all together. Gaviglio ahead 1-2. Popped up. Foul. Sanchez stays alive.
Yeah, Blue Jays right-hander has mixed his pitches very well tonight. He's kind of kept the Yankees off balance. And plus a little bit of luck, I said, with the ground balls that were hit hard. That their infielder's been well positioned.
Sanchez pounds that to right field. Granderson won't get to it. It's one hop off the wall and then over it. Did a little dance on top of the wall and finally tilted over it for a ground rule double, and that is a good sign for Gary Sanchez.
Well, we talked about him hitting the ball the other way with authority, and it's hard to hit a ground ball out of the ballpark, but this one got out. Hits the wall right on top and then out. The ball wanted no part of Curtis Granderson.
Off the base, off the top, and over. And so here is Gregorius with Sanchez on second and 2 out. Didi grounded out to first. His first time up. Flies that in the air to left. Hernandez is there. And that will end the inning. So Gaviglio works around the 2-out double from Sanchez. No scores. We go to the bottom of the 4th. You name the 5 beaches of the Normandy invasion on D-Day. The answer? Utah,
Omaha, Gold, Juno, and Sword. And since we're in Canada, we should mention the fact that it was an Allied invasion. It wasn't just U.S. troops. The Canadians stormed Juno Beach.
That's right. They were in charge of all of Juno. And we also should let our audience know that the piece with Bob Lorenz and Yogi, as Yogi remembered his experience on D-Day, is up right now on the Yes Network Facebook page. So if you want to watch it, you can. On the Audi scoreboard, you see still no score as Bird gets to it and gloves it right on the bag for the first out.
When you're a hitter, right, a left-hand hitter, you hit a ball like that down the line, you are hoping it goes foul. Because you know there's no way you're going to be safe. Curtis is going to hit on top of this, and you know he's thinking about it. Go foul, go. Nope, he's out. As Bird, as you said, catches it right at the bag. Boy, gloved it and stepped on the bag. That's a good move. Yeah. At the same time, coordination.
Efficient with his steps. Strike 1 to Yanhervis Solarte. Gray has retired the first 10 Blue Jays he has faced. Picking up on the rhythm he found in that start in Baltimore.
We talked about the Judge striking out 8 times in a doubleheader the other day in Detroit. Solarte had 8 hits in a doubleheader this year.
That'll lift the batting average.
That was a Blue Jays record. Paul Molitor, the Hall of Famer, held the record at 7 in a doubleheader, but that was on May the 3rd.
And you said your goal in the doubleheader was always 3,
yeah,
right?
At least 3.
Yeah. Solarte taking a little time to get back in the box there.
I think he might have fouled the ball off his foot.
The 0-2. Strike 3. Got him swinging at the fastball upstairs. 2 down.
That was an excellent pitch. And this was a pitch I like to call. When you get ahead on counts 1-2, 0-2, you try and make the hitter get himself out. This is a fastball up out of the strike zone. Looks really good, but Solarte can't get on top of it.
The fast pitch speed analytics brought to you by Fios by Verizon. 95 miles an hour from Sonny Gray. One and one on Teoscar Hernandez, who struck out his first time up. 4 strikeouts thus far in the game for Gray. That's foul. And a broken bat. 1-2.
Blue Jays originally signed Hernandez as a free agent, 18 years old, from the Dominican Republic.
The 1-2. It's 2-2.
Should say the Astros signed him. Eventually he came over to the Blue Jays.
Was acquired in the Francisco Liriano deal.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Romine stops it, and it's 3-2 on Hernandez. Hernandez made his major league debut at Toronto and homered in it. So he was part of that deal at the trade deadline last season. He was really hit here with the Blue Jays. Swing and a miss. Gray gets him, and Sonny Gray has retired the first 12 here in Toronto. On us. Update the game for us throughout the game. Here in Toronto, you saw Sonny Gray going down into the tunnel for a moment. And Duhar will lead off. Chops to short. And Duhar is retired by Diaz for the first out here in the top of the fifth. Still no score between the Yankees and the Blue Jays. And Miguel Andujar, he continues to impress everyone, even his teammates.
There's no doubt about it, Ryan. I was speaking with Didi Gregorius after the game yesterday, and he told me even since day one of spring training, Andujar has been incredibly confident. He's always been an aggressive hitter, as we know, but Didi said he's seen growth. Even in just 49 games this season, he's not as aggressive as he was, more of a selective aggressive, not chasing as many pitches outside of the zone as he was this spring. And Didi acknowledged the fact that he is a worker. He is always out there doing early work in the field. He thinks he may have heard some of the whispers about the questions defensively at third base, and he wants to make sure that that is not an issue. And we've seen him play third base this season perhaps better than we initially thought he might be coming into the season.
Oh yeah, and at the beginning of his call-up, Aaron Boone would use a defense replacement. He would put in Ronald Torres at third to replace Andujar late in games, and Aaron Boone, talking about it recently, said no issues, totally comfortable with him over there. He makes all the plays. Yankees have two legitimate Rookie of the Year candidates with Andujar and Torres, as Romine looks at ball 2.
There have been a couple of pitches in this at bat that Russell Martin might have thought were strikes. Didn't get the call.
That's tapped slowly. Going to be a tough play. Gaviglio turns, fires, and gets Romine for the second out of the inning.
Once you release the ball, you become an infielder as a pitcher, and this ball is almost by him. Gaviglio turns, throws, and gets Romine by a step. Nice play.
Just one hit in this game thus far. Gary Sanchez rang a double over the wall and right, one hop. Torres trying to shoot for the middle and finds it. Snapping an 0 for 11 with a single to center field.
Well, you had to mention that there was only one. Now there's 2. Youngster has to feel better. 0 for 11. That sinker stayed up some. And there wasn't enough of a shift as Travis can't get to it.
So Torres on with 2 out. Brett Gardner up. One and 0.
Sometimes, advanced scouts will give teams information about the pitchers and their moves to first base, how long it takes them to get the ball to the glove. And you get that information, it might lead to situations like this where a runner might be thinking about stealing, and the Yankees already have that information about the Toronto right-hander.
Two stolen bases so far this year for Gleyber Torres without being caught. Popped up, left side foul ground and into the seats. I was talking about that very thing today with Didi Gregorius, Kenny, who has stolen 8 bases now this year, career high. And he said, once we have the information and given a green light of sorts with that information on a particular matchup or situation, then for him it's just a matter of deciding, did I get the jump I wanted to? Did I get the lead I wanted to? And if I did, then I'm going to go. If I feel like I didn't get out of the gates the way I wanted to, I'll break it down and stay.
Yeah, a lot of that information comes from advanced scouting.
And Reggie Willits will communicate there at first base. The 1-2. Rolled slowly down the first baseline. That's going to be a base hit.
Looked like Gaviglio thought it might go foul, and it stayed fair. He pulled up. And once he hesitated, with Gardner's speed, this is going to be a base hit right there. I don't know if he thought that Smoke was going to get it, but it was his play all the way. Little chopper off the end of the bat. There's the hesitation. And he lost his chance to get Gardner.
So an infield single for Gardner after the 2-out single from Torres, and this is where you love judging the 2-hole. 2 on, 2 out. Swing and a miss, 0-1. That's in the dirt. Torres will go for third, Gardner to second, as they both got good reads off that skip away from Martin. And now second and third with 2 outs.
You noticed that when Martin picks the ball up, he looks towards second. That's a veteran move, knowing he can't get the guy at third, thinking to run it from first. Gardner in this instance maybe would have hesitated to watch the runner in front of him. Of course, Gardner has good speed, and Martin realized he wasn't going to get him either. Didn't even look towards third base. Looked at second. That's the guy I want to try and get. No chance.
So big opportunity here for Judge. Here's the 1-1. Inside, Martin almost lost that one. He's looking at his glove now. 2-1.
These all look like good sinkers. You can see that tailing action, ball going down, and this one's off the webbing. That almost got away from him. Far enough for Torres to score.
Martin was looking at his glove afterwards to make sure there wasn't a hole in it.
That's the movement on the pitches. Good sinking action on the fastball. A lot of ground balls tonight for the Yankees so far.
The 2-1. Judge holds up. It's 3-1 on Aaron Judge with Greg Bird waiting on deck, and that young man hoping he gets another souvenir like he did in BP. Torres leads off third. Gardner leads off second. No score. Top of the fifth. 2 out. Here's the 3-1. That's ball 4 as Judge watches it float outside. And that will load the bases for Greg Bird.
Close, but ball 4. Greg Bird's hit the ball fairly well both times to the plate. And the Blue Jays have the shift on 3 on the right side. 3 infielders on the right side. Look at Gleyber Torres' lead at third.
Because of the shift, it's a huge one as Bird drives that in the air down the left field line. Over is Hernandez towards the seats, and it is foul.
Torres can get as big a lead as the third baseman's going to give him. With the shift on in the infield, that means that Solarte really has to move over and try and cover the shortstop position. Torres is halfway down the line with his lead. I don't know if that's going to concern the pitcher, but we'll see.
Did that ever distract you as a hitter?
Big leads at third? No, you're supposed to be concentrating on the pitcher. They didn't play shifts like this one.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you get a runner dancing in your field of vision at all. Torres has a gigantic lead off third. The 0-1. Bird rolls it to first. Gaviglio will get out of it as Smoke goes to the bag and ends the inning. So the 2-out rally thwarted. We go to the bottom of the fifth, still no score.
Photo or video with hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Bottom of the fifth inning in Toronto. And no score between the Yankees and the Blue Jays. Yankees threatened in the fifth on the GMC scoreboard. You see 0-3-0 for the Yankees, 0-0-0 for the Blue Jays. Yankees loaded the bases with 2 outs, but Greg Bird grounds out. Now Sonny Gray back to work. Strike 1 to Justin Smoke. Gray has retired the first 12 Blue Jays that he has faced. Smoke struck out looking his first at bat.
It was a swing back fastball, tailing fastball that caught the inside corner. I'm sure he remembers that. say as a hitter, you're not supposed to let a pitcher get you out the same way twice in a game.
Two and two on Smoke. Sonny Gray has been dealing strikes.
He's had at least one strikeout in every inning so far. 2 last inning.
The 2-2. Lined in the air, right center field, a base hit. First of the game for Toronto. It'll go to the wall, and Justin Smoke is in with a leadoff double.
Looked like this breaking ball hung up just a little bit. Smoke went out and got it. Maybe a changeup. And he rips it to the gap in right center field. Smoke, a switch hitter, has been hitting much better right-handed this year. Almost 100 points better than he has from the left side. But he got somebody like right there.
First base runner of the game for the Blue Jays. Here's Kendrys Morales as Gray will have to deal out of the stretch. Gets the call in the outside corner there, 1-1.
You're looking at Morales. Now, we told you he hasn't been hitting lately, but he did something this year that he's never done before. He actually pitched in a game. It was against Oakland on May the 20th. And he hit a hitless inning.
Yeah.
He did walk a batter, so it wasn't perfect. Can you pitch? Sure.
And the 1-2. It's 2-2 on Morales. Torres playing shallow right as the Yankees shift against Morales hitting from the left side. As he takes it the other way through the shortstop hole, Smoke will stop at third. Back-to-back hits for Toronto, and it's first and third with nobody out.
That will break an 0 for 15 for Morales. It looked like the same sort of pitch that Smoke hit. This time not to right center, but into left field for a base hit.
So now Gray, who had retired the first 12 Blue Jays, just cruised through the first 4 innings. Try and get tough with men on base here. Nobody out. Grounded to third, and Duhar has the play at home, throws there, and dead at the plate is Smoke for the first out.
Good decision by the young third baseman. You know, some third baseman might be tempted to go for the double play, but immediately he comes home, and Smoke is retired. There's the chopper in his direction. Didn't even look towards second. Throw the plate. Smoke is out. Now you can get the double play and get out of the inning, and to keep the Blue Jays off the board. There was a game earlier this year where Duhar went for the double play instead, and a run was able to score in a tight ball game.
Right decision there from the rookie third baseman, and now 1 out. Russell Martin lined out to right his first time up.
Yeah, when you're a hitter there that last place you want to hit it is to the third baseman or the pitcher.
Smoke, rather than retreating to the bag, headed home and was dead. It's on the outside corner. Good 2-0 delivery, 2-1. Maybe Smoke having a little conversation about.
It's DeMarlo Hale on the left, the bench coach. Look out.
Up and into Martin, and it's 3-1.
Let's see how close his pitch actually was. Yeah, it's kind of up around the chin area. Not going to take any chances. Get out of the way. Put him in the spin cycle.
And Gray stomps on the mound afterwards, upset with himself as he walks Russell Martin to load the bases with 1 out.
That's his first walk of the night. Now he really needs a double play to get out of it.
He does. You know, in between innings, after he came off the mound off the fourth, this was so interesting, Kenny. You don't usually see a starting pitcher this engaged as he's still pitching, but Sonny Gray was really conversational and animated talking with CC Sabathia after he came off the mound in the fourth. A lot of times you're seeing guys go sit on the bench. Hardly ever do you see a pitcher that animated during his start conversationally.
Must have been a funny joke.
The 0-1. It's 0-2 on Devin Travis.
Now he's got Travis in the hole. Go for the strikeout. Maybe he'll chase a pitch. And sometimes in these instances, you get a weak ground ball, you can't get the double play. You want him to hit it fairly hard so you can turn 2.
The 0-2. Tried to get him to bite 1 and 2. A double, a single, a fielder's choice that cut down a runner at home, and a walk. The action so far in this bottom of the 5th. Grounded, could be 2. Chopper, Torres, Didi onto first, in time for the inning-ending 4-6-3 double play. Sonny Gray works out of it as Torres feeds Gregorius, who unleashes the cannon to first. No score through 5.
But once he got it to Didi, Didi did the rest with that strong arm. Got him. 4-6-3 double play. I can see Sonny Gray's reaction. I'm out of this. Nicely turned by the Yankee middle infielders.
Gray fired up, and that positive energy spilled into the Yankee dugout. Very jubilant and excited reaction after Gray gets out of his first jam of the game.
Yeah, then let's see if it can spur on the Yankee offense here to give him some runs to work with.
It'll be 4, 5, and 6 in the order. Stanton, Sanchez, and Gregorius. Strike one to Giancarlo Stanton. Sam Gaviglio has done a nice job so far tonight. Worked around bases loaded 2-out jam in the 5th. Like last night, a 0-0 game in the 6th inning. That game turned into a 7-2 Yankees win.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the only reaction to that swing.
Yeah, that was the 1-0 swing.
Turned his chain around. Yeah.
Fouled it back. A little hanging slider. Sometimes as a pitcher, you throw that and the hitter fouls it back, and you know you got away with one. Stanton had an excellent batting practice. He was hitting line drives everywhere. Hit quite a few out of the park.
Gaviglio took a while there. Stanton calls time. Here's the 2-2. Fought off foul. Yankees touched up Toronto's bullpen last night. Gaviglio at 82 pitches right now. Swing and a miss. Stanton chases and is down on strikes for the first out. Hey, enhance your next game day experience with the MLB Ballpark app. Access and manage your tickets. Enjoy check-in offers, exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Here's Gary Sanchez, who was 3 for his last 39 before doubling in the 4th. A line drive that hopped over the wall and right. And as you talked about, Kenny, when he's going the other way, that's a good sign.
You look at the outfield and where they're playing him. Pilar is just straight away center field. You draw a line from home plate, hit second base, and then hit him.
Gaviglio wants a new ball. The 1-0. Hit in the air down the left field line, foul. And it's 1-1.
It was almost like the pitch he threw Stanton. It hung a little bit. Sanchez a little too quick. Sometimes as the game goes on, those sinker ballers, that sinker ball starts to come up as they get tired.
Sanchez fouls that straight back.
They begin to have trouble forcing the ball down in the zone, and that's Pete Walker, the pitching coach. Pitch count, what is it, 86? It's not too bad.
Here's the 1-2 in the dirt. 2-2. Sanchez chases. He's down on strikes. 2 down. Now we know Didi Gregorius is a man of many talents and interests. His latest, as you can see via his Instagram, is cartoon art. That's an actual piece of artwork designed by Didi himself. That's not a fan or an artist. That's Didi who created that image. He is the artist. And we've seen him get into video editing and put together some really nice pieces like that. His new venture is cartoon artwork, which he has really been diving into lately. He said right now he's just been doing images of himself because if he messes them up, he doesn't feel bad. It's just him who he's defacing.
They look very good.
Right? I mean, that's outstanding.
They look professional.
It's funny because as you see Axford throwing in the Blue Jays pen, I went up to him and was like, oh, I really like that piece you put up on your Instagram. I did that. What? He has a lot of different hobbies and interests. As Meredith Morakovitz reminds us, Didi designed his own cleats for Players Weekend last year. Really got in depth and detailed with it.
Not those.
No.
No,
those came courtesy of Nike.
The standard operating cleats.
That's right. SOCs. A couple summers ago, he spent a couple weeks hanging out in the Yankees scoreboard department, learning video editing from Brandon Mim, Pete Gurgley, some of the members of Yankees on-demand crew. Gregorius lines that to right field and deep. Granderson on the track makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So 1-2-3 inning for Gaviglio, and it's 0-0 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Steve Pearce, Marcus Stroman, all on the 10-day DL. Troy Tulowitzki on the 60-day DL. It's a lot of firepower.
Yeah. Donaldson was actually out here these last 2 nights taking batting practice, so it makes you wonder if how long it'll be before he's back in the lineup. He's had some issues with his shoulder this year, too.
Yeah, was on the DL for a while with the shoulder before the calf, and has not been effective when he has played. And he is a prime trade candidate as well, as he's a free agent to be. One and one on Diaz. Sonny Gray retired the first 12 Blue Jays Then last inning, was able to escape trouble. First runner cut down at home for the first out, and then getting a inning-ending double play with the bases loaded and 1 out.
Good sharp breaking ball off the end of the bat.
Broken bat, roller up the middle. Gregorius charges, fires, 1 down. The 2018 FIFA World Cup is coming to Fox and FS1 with every match live and over 300 hours of coverage. The world's biggest sporting event is just 8 days away on Fox and FS1. Here's Curtis Granderson. He is grounded out twice. Yankees this year are 27-3 when their starters go at least 6 innings.
Granderson's been struggling lately too. A lot of these Blue Jays have had some lengthy offers. Grandy's up there with an 0 for 16 working.
He had started the season hot too, but the numbers plummeted back to earth. Three and 1. You can see every time Gray misses with a pitch, he's very demonstrative on the mound, upset with himself. And he loses Granderson, ball 4.
One time Granderson was a pretty good stolen base threat. Veteran now does not run nearly as often as he used to. Just 1 stolen base this year. He's been caught once.
Had a couple of seasons where he stole 25. Chopped foul.
Look at Solarte, and you see on the 254 batting average, but he hasn't done particularly well against the Eastern Division teams. 146 against the East, 331 against everybody else.
Sonny Gray hoping
that continues.
That trend continues this at bat. The 1-1. Grounded to second. Torres, long throw to second for 1. On to first in time for an inning-ending 4-6-3 double play. And Solarte furious with himself as Gray is through 6 scoreless. 40th anniversary of Ron Guidry's 18 strikeout performance for one of the hottest collectibles of the season. It's Ron Guidry Bobblehead Night, the second in the 2018 Collectible Series presented by AT&T for the first 18,000 guests in attendance. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com, visit the Yankee Stadium ticket window, Yankees Clubhouse shops, or call Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849. So another inning-ending double play rolled by Sonny Gray and the Yankees, and on the Cadillac scoreboard, no score between the Yankees and Blue Jays here in the top of the 7th. Here's Miguel Andujar. He takes low, ball 1.
Blue Jay pen is busy. They've got a couple warming up down there.
Two 2-0 on Andujar. It was the 7th inning last night, as you see the double barrel action from the Blue Jays pen. Andujar hit his grand slam to give the Yankees a 4-1 lead yesterday.
Now, the most pitches that Pavilion has thrown in a game is 102. That's probably why the pen is getting ready.
Sawed off bat, slow roller to third, and Andujar retired, 1 out.
There's that sinker running in on the hands. Little run on it. In on the label. Splinters flying everywhere.
The Yankees came closest to scoring in Austin Romine's first at bat in this game. He hit a hot smash up the middle with runners on first and third, 2 out. And Devin Travis made a terrific diving play. Turned it into an inning-ending fielder's choice. There was a ball that looked like it was ticketed for center field,
and it did.
A 1-0 Yankees lead. Romine ahead in the count, 2-1. Popped up behind second. Travis makes the catch. 2 down.
Right, you get the feeling this is a one swing of the bat game.
Does feel that way, doesn't it?
Whichever pitcher makes the first mistake.
And whichever hitter takes advantage.
Yeah.
Gray and Gaviglio have been locked in. Gaviglio at 102 pitches has now matched that season high. Torres snapped an 0 for 11 with a single in the 5th. That was with 2 outs and nobody on. Gardner followed with an infield single, then Judge walked, and the Yankees had the bases loaded, but Greg Bird grounded out to first to end the threat. Torres drives that in the air to left field. Right there is Hernandez for the final out of the 7th. So Gaviglio throws 7 shutout innings. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Nissan dealer. 0-3-0 for the Yankees, 0-2-0 for the Blue Jays. Sonny Gray with 6 shutout innings. Sam Gaviglio looks like his night's probably done after his 7 shutout innings. Gary Sanchez a double, Justin Smoke a double. Gray will face 3, 4, and 5 in the Blue Jays order. Big swing and a miss from Teoscar Hernandez. Yankee bullpen quiet for the moment. They have a full complement at their disposal, though. Hernandez, certainly a power threat. 17 home runs since September 1st of last year, as you take a look at the Cadillac scoreboard. Kenny, you talked about the high percentage of extra base hits for Hernandez. Since the All-Star game last year, only Joey Gallo has a higher percentage of his hits that have gone for extra bases.
Yeah, but the difference is Joey Gallo doesn't get that many hits. His batting average is around 200 or lower. While Teoscar, what is he hitting? 250.
Right.
Yeah. So
much more respectable.
Exactly.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. 95 upstairs, 1 down. Now a quick word from Spectrum
Internet. No data caps, no contracts. Just faster speeds with better performance.
An example of Joey Gallo, he had 50 home runs before he had 50 singles in the major leagues.
Right. Just tilts outside to Justin Smoke, who rang a double his last time up.
But when I say that, Joey Gallo could hit him as far as anybody.
Yes. Well, last year, I mean, he had 41 homers. I believe he had 30 or 31 singles. He had far more homers than singles.
The man doesn't like stopping at first.
Behind 2-0 to Smoke. Swing and a miss. Well located, 91 on the outside corner. We could tell Smoke was trying to provide that one big swing.
Just a little movement at the end.
Beautifully dotted, 2-2.
There it is on Yes Mo, brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer. Good job by Romine to hold it there.
We've seen Gray and Romine once again working well together in a good rhythm.
Just a reminder, Sonny Gray was an all-star with the Oakland A's.
The 2-2.
It was a year where he finished 3rd in the Cy Young, so very quality pitcher. But the Yankees are hoping can turn the corner and really get on a little bit of a roll here. And from what I've seen, his last 2 out of 3 starts, including this one, have been very good.
You could say 3 out of 4.
Yep.
On the inside corner, strike 3. Smoke is going to have a conversation about it.
There's that swing back fastball, and from what I could see, it did catch the corner. Was it high enough? Maybe not. Yeah, maybe a little low. Smoke's a big guy. Yeah, that was low.
Yep.
That was not in Smoke's eyes.
Very nice, Kenny.
Yeah, well.
Seven strikeouts now for Gray. Pitch count still in great shape.
The only inning where he didn't get strikeouts were the 2 innings he got the double play to the Indians.
8 innings from Severino in game 1 of the doubleheader. 6 2/3 from Herman. 7 from CeCe last night. And now Gray watches Morales drive that deep to right field. Judge will get to it for the final out of the 7th. So Sonny Gray has worked 7 shutout innings. Aaron Judge hauls it in on the run. No score as we go to the 8th. Into the game out of the Blue Jays pen in relief of Sam Gaviglio, who threw 7 shutout innings through 104 pitches. See the numbers on Tepera. Pretty good. Less than a hit per inning, more than a strikeout per inning. Meanwhile, Sonny Gray in the Yankee dugout after 7 shutout innings. He is just at 88 pitches, and it looks like he's going to go back out there for the 8th. Yankees have the top of the order here in the 8th as Gardner takes strike 1 on the outside corner.
Well, last night, once Marco Estrada came out of the game, the Yankees went to work. Jumped on the hole.
And then continued it against the Toronto pen. Hyundai scoreboard, scoreless. Gardner skips rope. Oh. Yankees scored runs off O, Biagini, and DeLupe out of the pen. Meza was the only Blue Jays reliever to not allow a run. Gardner and down after that, 2-2.
Chased the pitch out of the zone. You can see him might be having a little discussion with himself. He's trying to get on base. Sometimes you have to fight the feeling of trying to hit a home run.
Gardner's had a few of them lately. On the outside corner, strike 3. Gardner down looking, and he wasn't in love with that call from Todd Tichenor.
Well, all the previous pitches had been inside. In fact, moved them off the plate a couple of times. Russell Martin wanted it outside. It looked like it might have gotten the corner. Just a question of whether they're too high or not. Not too high. Too close to take. But all the inside pitches influenced him, and he might have been looking inside once again.
Here is Judge. Judge 0 for 2, walked his last time up. Two and 0. That is a patient young man. He has held that sign up, not stopped every time Aaron Judge has been up. 2-0. Grounded to short. Diaz, 2 down. That young fellow will sit down once again. But no matter what, he's going home with an Aaron Judge home run ball from batting practice that was just destroyed to right center field. Here is Bird, 0 for 3. Grounded out with the bases loaded his last time up. 0-1. Josh Donaldson.
Blue Jays miss him. The MVP version of Donaldson.
Yeah, right, exactly. Such a force. Jack Green starting to throw in the Yankee pen. Bird lifts that in the air to center. Pilar drifts back, gets under it, ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Yankees. Sonny Gray headed back out for the bottom of the 8th.
He had a strikeout in the first inning. He had one more in the second. Another in the third. Got busy in the fourth. He had 2 strikeouts in the fourth inning. Then he took a couple innings off and had 2 more last inning in the 7th.
And he deals just outside and down, ball 1 to Pilar. Very effective last 2 starts for Sonny Gray. Hyundai scoreboard, no runs and just 5 total hits. Gaviglio was dealing for Toronto, and Gray has been doing that for the Yankees. Fly ball, center field. Gardner drifts towards right center and stays with it for the out. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees.
I'm just looking at Giancarlo Stanton, and he was signaling to Didi or the infielders that when the ball's hit in the air, it might be a little difficult to find right now. Remember, the roof is open tonight.
Martin spun out of the way just inside. Is that open roof?
Yeah, you get periods of time during it. There's still some daylight.
We saw that ball start to just carry over towards right field with Gardner hanging with it. 2-0 on Martin. On Russell Martin. 7 innings last night from Sabathia. So far 7 1/3 from Gray. First time the Yankees have had starters go at least 7 innings in back-to-back starts since September 14th and 15th of last year. So it had been a while since they put length together in back-to-back outings like this. Popped up, foul ground behind home. Romine threw his arms up like, where is it? But it's in the seats. To your point about what Stanton was trying to indicate. Here's the payoff. He got him looking. Fastball the top of the zone for out number 2.
Russell Martin just turns and heads back to the dugout. 8 strikeouts now for Sonny Gray. Maybe a good job by Romine of framing. Sonny is tied his season high in strikeouts with this pitch.
That pitch just a hair higher and called ball 1 to Devin Travis.
You go all the way back to April 1st. Sonny had 8 strikeouts against the Toronto Blue Jays.
Punch to the right side. Bird hangs with it. And Sonny Gray has tossed 8 scoreless innings here in Toronto. It's a 0-0 game as we head to the 9th. Final out, get a complete recap of tonight's contest, plus a look ahead to this weekend's Subway Series. It's only on ES. Sonny Gray delivers 8 brilliant innings here in Toronto. 2-hit shutout ball, no score, top of the 9th, Stanton up. Ball 1. It's twice in the last 4 outings that Gray has completed 8 innings. Yankees looking for a run now. Second inning of work for Ryan Tepera. Ten straight Yankees have been retired by Blue Jays pitching.
And watching Stanton, I get the impression the right-handed pitchers try and crowd him with that closed stance. Now they're going back away.
Stanton rolls it back to the mound. 1 out. Sonny Gray in the dugout after the 8th. He went for the fist bump and Larry Rothschild gave him the handshake.
Maybe asked him if he was okay. I don't see anybody warming up in the Yankee bullpen.
They talked for a while. And sometimes you may say, oh, that's an indication that the pitcher is definitely coming out. But Sonny has been animated and engaged in conversation in between innings this entire night. Right. 0-1 on Sanchez. Only Mike Harkey out there hanging out. Now Green had thrown last inning for a while, so he wouldn't need that much time to heat it back up. Popped up, foul behind home. 0-2 on Sanchez. It looks like that's the case. Kenny with Green getting back up. Sanchez behind in the count, 0-2. The 1-2, way outside. It's 2-2.
The way Sanchez is going now, he does have a double tonight. He hit that pretty well. Line drive to the opposite field. And maybe that will get him going.
Yeah. 2-2.
Good swing.
Fouled it straight back.
Kind of a hanging slider, not quite on top of it. And maybe a hair late. Well, that was his ace swing for sure.
That's what Aaron Boone was talking about before the game, that he feels like his timing just needs a minor adjustment. Just missing pitches he usually doesn't. Takes there, just low, ball 3. Tepera thought he had Sanchez down on strikes.
And you saw Russell Martin take that step like he was going to throw the ball around a diamond. Might have called it low. So he was ready to step out, throw the ball down to Solarte.
So after being behind in the count 0-2, Sanchez has worked it full with 1 out. Nobody on here in the top of the 9th and no score. Sanchez will call time as Tepera was taking a while. Gregorius on deck. The 3-2. Popped up. Right side. Foul ground. Smoke. Makes the catch. 2 out. Now a quick word from Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center.
Sloan Kettering, changing how the world treats cancer for over 130 years.
Here's Didi Gregorius, 0 for 3 on the night. Lined out in the 6th. Takes ball 1.
Of course, during the month of April, Didi was the primary force in the Yankee offense. American League Player of the Month. And these situations, he came up with big hits, home runs. 10 home runs in April, 1 in May.
Hits that hard and through, a base hit center field for Didi Gregorius. And that will give Melgel and Duhar an at bat here in the 9th.
Well, you think of Andujar, you think extra base hits. Well, how about last night? Speaking of extra base hits, first Major League Grand Slam put the Yankees in front.
Turned a 1-0 deficit in the 7th into a 4-1 lead and eventually a 7-2 win. 2 outs in the 9th. The runner on first for him here. Strike 1. We know Gregorius has been very active on the bases lately, as you see Chapman join Green in the Yankee bullpen.
Yankees score to be Chapman. If they don't, it appears it'll be Green.
Vicious hack, 0-2. Gregorius was leaning a little in the throw over to check on him.
Picked up a stolen base here last night, his 8th.
And he's stolen a base in 4 straight games.
Turned into Ricky Henderson.
That's right. Way outside and in the dirt. It's 1-2. Check on Gregorius, who dives back. Didi, the Yankees' first base runner since the 5th inning, when they had the bases loaded with 2 outs and Greg Bird grounded out to first to end the inning. There goes Didi. Pitches high, throw down in time. Outstanding tag by Travis as he caught it on the back of Gregorius to end the inning. A good throw from Martin, a great catch and tag from Travis, and Gregorius is retired as we go to the bottom of the 9th. No score. Yankeeography, History of the Yankees, on back-to-back nights during the All-Star break. This definitive documentary chronicles the over 100-year proud and glorious history of sports' most historic franchise. It's an event that you cannot miss, coming up July 18th and 19th, only on Yes.
Here's another look. Russell Martin looks like he's already in prime position to throw. Gets a good ball. The ball's up. Steps into the throw. And as Ryan called it, a great tag by Travis. Ball sailing on him. Tags Didi in the rump, and he's out.
And now here is Chad Green. That's lined in the air to right field. Judge there, one down.
So big props to Sonny Gray tonight. Just 2 hits, 8 strikeouts, a couple of walks, but more importantly, no runs.
Biggest trouble Gray got into in the 5th. Was able to work out of a 1st and 3rd with nobody out, which turned into a bases loaded with 1 out situation. He was terrific tonight. Here's Granderson. Strike 1. How about this note from James Smythe in our outstanding research department? The only Yankees Blue Jays game to ever go scoreless into the 9th inning came on July 22nd of 2004 in the Bronx, when Ruben Sierra won it with a walk-off homer. Only the 2nd time it's ever happened between these 2 teams.
I'm thinking that might have been a pinch hit homer, if I remember. Maybe.
I don't ever question your memory, Ken.
Well, just thinking.
Granderson, did he go around? Yeah, he did. And Curtis Granderson is down on strikes. 2 down.
Yeah, Granderson with the 0 for 3 tonight. He does have a walk, but he's 0 for 17.
Swing and a miss. Big swing and a miss from Solarte.
97. That was 97. He swung 96.
The 0-1. That time he swung 96 and it was 97 again.
Tried to pass him upstairs again. This might be time for a waste pitch high out of the strike zone that he can't get on top of. Well, they tried to pass him again.
Green, well rested, has not pitched since June 2nd in Baltimore. Time went up in the zone, but Solarte still able to spoil it.
He's trying to find something he can put in the easy pass lane. It just, so far Solarte's fouled off a couple here, trying to keep his at bat alive, but he's deep in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes.
Another 0-2. Ooh, just missed. 99 miles an hour and just a hair down.
Solarte has to feel pretty good. He's still up there.
The 1-2. Fly ball popped up. And Duhar, inning over. Chad Green works a 1-2-3 ninth, and for the first time ever, it's a scoreless Yankees-Blue Jays game that's headed to extras. AT&T, official sponsor for Extra Innings. Well, for the first time ever, the Yankees and Blue Jays are in a scoreless extra inning game. 0-0 here in the top of the 10th as Tyler Clippard, the former Yankee, is the new pitcher out of the Blue Jays pen. See the ERA, it's pretty solid at 3.41, but things have not been smooth lately for Clippard. Over his last 7 games, he has pitched to an ERA of 12.
Now, one thing he does more than any other pitcher, he throws the highest percentage of first pitch changeups in the major leagues. And if I know that, I'm sure the Yankee hitters know that by now. And there it is, first pitch changeup.
For ball 1. And Duhar was up in the 9th when Didi Gregorius was thrown out, attempting to steal to end the inning. It'll be 7, 8, 9 in the Yankees order, and Duhar, Romine, and Torres. And Duhar gives that a ride deep to left field, and Duhar has done it again off the top of the wall. It stays in the yard, and he's at second with a double.
Another extra base hit for Andujar.
And you could see the dugout thought it was gone.
Yeah, it's hard to see out there with the scoreboards are lit up in right center and left center. And the ball just blends in when it gets out there. But you can see the Blue Jay outfielders gave up on it like it was going to go out of the ballpark. It hits the scoreboard, and Duhar with a leadoff double. A good chance for the Yankees here in the 10th inning. Yet another extra base hit. His 21st double of the year. Yep, Didi thought it was gone.
So did the play-by-play guy. And here is Romine with a runner in scoring position. And he takes ball 1. So the Yankees set up now after the leadoff double off the wall from Andujar. That catches the inside corner. 1-1 on Romine.
Yeah, the Blue Jays in the infield. Solarte, even with the bang, dropping back a few steps now. He and Smoke were looking for the bunt, thinking that Romine might lay one down to try and get Andujar over the third with just one out. Solarte has dropped back now. Romine had a swing like he was trying to hit it to the right side. I believe this pitch was a ball. Yep. But sometimes you're looking for a pitch out there, and so you can hit it that way, and you'll chase one, and he did.
Count 1-2 on Austin Romine, who has an 11-game hitting streak. He's 0 for 3 so far tonight. Swing and a miss. Romine down on strikes.
Big strikeout for Clippert, and Duhar remains at second. Came back with another high fastball, and this one looked like it was out of the strike zone as well. So Romine helped him out during the course of this at bat. Chased 2 pitches out of the zone.
Here is Torres. Torres pops that in the air to center. Pilar in his tracks makes the catch, and now it is left to Gardner.
First pitch changeup.
And Gardner is not going to get to face Tyler Clippert, as John Gibbons will call for the lefty. So after the leadoff double from Andujar, Clippert gets the next 2. It's left for Gardner with 2 outs in the 10th. The Bombers battle the crosstown rival Mets. Comprehensive pregame coverage starts at 6 o'clock. Then Michael Kay, David Cohn, and Al Leiter will have the call of this interleague showdown right here on Yes and streaming on Fox Sports Go. You see the pitching matchups. Tanaka DeGrom, Herman Matz, and then Severino Syndergaard in the nightcap. Yankees trying to ride a series win into the Subway Series as Tim Meza comes on to face Brett Gardner with Andujar on second. And 2 out in a scoreless game in the top of the 10th.
Meza faced Gardner last night. Gardner hit a rocket, but it was snared by Solarte.
Strike 1.
Who robbed him of a hit.
Meza was the lone reliever who did not allow a run out of the Blue Jays pen last night. Lefties have actually hit Meza very well so far this season. It's a small sample size, but they're 7 for 14 against him. Gardner lines it into left field. Will it hang up? It does. Hernandez makes the catch, and Gardner is retired. So the Yankees fail to score after the leadoff double from Andujar. We go to the bottom of the 10th.
to Austin Romine, being robbed of a hit that would have put the Yankees in front. That was back in the second inning. Now to the fifth inning. Sonny Gray in some trouble. Nice play by Andujar at third to get the out at the plate. Still in fifth, bases loaded, one out. Devin Travis, 4-6-3 double play. Sonny Gray gets out of trouble. That's why we are scoreless at this point.
And second inning of work for Chad Green. Retired the Blue Jays in order in the ninth. Yankees had a golden opportunity in the 10th after a leadoff double off the wall in left from Miguel Andujar. But Romine struck out. Torres flew out. And then Brett Gardner laced the ball to left field, but it just hung up enough for Hernandez to make the catch.
Teoscar Hernandez one strike away from the golden sombrero. And Gardner hit that ball well.
The 0-2 in the dirt.
Sonny Gray got Hernandez swinging 3 times in the first, the fourth, and the seventh.
Gray worked 8 innings, 2-hit shutout ball. Sam Gaviglio gave the Blue Jays 7 innings of scoreless baseball. Hernandez held up.
Oh. Did he or didn't he?
That is close.
Yankees trying to get out of here with a 2-game sweep.
Strike 3. Got him with the slider, 1 down. And the golden sombrero for Teoscar Hernandez.
Finally went to something else. Looked like the fastball until about right there. Bat wasn't long enough. And Green picks up his second strikeout. Long night for Hernandez. 4 strikeouts, all swinging.
There's Justin Smoke. Fly ball hit in the air down the left field line. Stanton over into the corner, makes the catch for the second out.
Here's Stanton now. He was careful not to overrun this. Watch him reach back over the left shoulder and haul it in.
Morales has one of the 2 Blue Jays hits. He takes just off the corner, 1-0.
Yeah, Blue Jays, what, 3 hits last night, 2 tonight. Their team has the fewest hits in the American League.
Staying true to form.
Yeah.
That's in the air to left. Stanton takes a couple steps back and puts it away. A 1-2-3 inning for Chad Green. And as we head to the 11th, it'll be Judge, Bird, and Stanton coming up in a scoreless game. extra innings. Well, that young man caught an Aaron Judge, or retrieved an Aaron Judge home run ball during batting practice, and he has been loyally holding that sign every single time Judge comes to the plate, which he will do, to lead off the 11th. It'll be Judge, Bird, and Stanton against John Axford, a new Blue Jays pitcher.
If this indeed is a one swing of the bat game, the Yankees have the right guys up here. Judge, Bird, and Stanton with Sanchez to follow.
Axford has allowed just one home run so far this season in his 27 innings of work. Judge 0 for 3 with a walk. Ball 1. Yankees threatened in the 10th, a leadoff double for Miguel Andujar. But then Romine, Torres, and Gardner retired. 2-0. .3-0 on Aaron Judge. These pitches have not been close.
Now, I have seen before where even though you're 3-0, you get the green light leading off an inning.
Had the green light, drives it down the right field line, foul.
But when I saw that, Eddie Murray hit a home run. It was extra innings. I can recall the game, and he was leading off an inning, and I think the other team thought he was taking 3-0.
The 3-1 is a strike just at the bottom of the zone at 97 miles an hour, and the count is full on Aaron Judge.
We take a look. Watch the glove. Yeah, it looked pretty good. That knee high.
Here's the payoff. Strike 3, Judge down looking.
Looked like it was the same pitch. Well, look at the job by Russell Martin, the veteran catcher. This one might have been low. Yeah, I think it was, and he brings it back up for call strike 3.
Looked like it would have been just below that bottom of our K box.
It wasn't as good as the previous one.
Right. So here is Bird. Strike 1. Nice job by Axford after falling behind Judge 3-0 to battle back and retire him. Oh, and 2.
I think we mentioned the other day on the telecast that it's been documented that Bird gets more pitches. I should say that Judge gets more pitches called on him out of the strike zone. Strikes. Now he has a good eye. He walks a lot.
But he sees more of that than any player in baseball. That is foul. And Aaron Boone has talked about how he doesn't want his guys like Judge to change their approach in those spots, because over the long haul, more of those pitches will be called balls and strikes, and you can't do much with those pitches anyway. Stanton lurking on deck. Bird lofts that in the air to left. Long run for Hernandez. He slides and makes the play for the second out.
Well, he's not hitting tonight, but he's helping his team on defense. Nice long run into foul territory and makes the sliding catch for out number 2. Teoscar Hernandez.
Here is Stanton. 0 for 3 with a walk. Big swing. 0-1. And Dellin Betances getting ready in the Yankee pen after 2 shutout innings from Chad Green in relief of Sonny Gray. The 1-1 nearly clips Stanton. 2-1.
Yeah, it's a breaking ball, didn't have any bite to it.
The 2-1. Big rip. 2-2.
Big fastball, 97. Seems that in this league they try and keep that fastball elevated. That was belt high. Belt high or higher.
The 2-2. Stanton checks his swing, and the count is full with Gary Sanchez on deck. The 3-2. Fouled straight back. The payoff. Popped, foul ground, long run, and Smoke couldn't quite get to it as Stanton stays alive.
Smoke comes over, takes a look, counts his steps, and comes up a little short. If he was reaching across his body, being a left-handed thrower, gets to visit some fans up close and personal.
Another 3-2 from Axford. Inside, ball 4. Good at bat from Giancarlo Stanton, and he extends the inning for Gary Sanchez.
Designated hitter number 24, Gary Sanchez.
Sanchez smoked a double that hopped over the wall in right. Back in the 4th, he's 1 for 4. Sanchez drives that in the air down the left field line into the corner foul.
He has actually hit the ball well twice tonight, both times to the right side of second base.
Big hole over there on the right side of the diamond. And that gets past Martin, who will go to the backstop, and now Stanton is in scoring position.
Not many pitches get by Russell Martin, so this really had to be a wild pitch. Didn't quite get the glove down far enough. Off the webbing and on to the backstop. Sanchez takes out of the strike zone, and Martin's retrieving.
And it is a wild pitch. So Stanton in scoring position. The 1-1 to Sanchez. Rolled foul, 1-2. Smoke plays way off the bag at first to cover some of that ground on the right side. With the Blue Jays infielder shifting.
Or Stanton will be off with the crack of the bat, but he's got, with the infielder's back, he can get a pretty good lead at second base. See what the Yankees have done with runners in scoring position. Nothing.
The 1-2. Sanchez.
Well, he chased the pitch.
Yeah, he chased it and fouled it off himself.
Just above the knee. That's painful. This fastball is running in, and he's committed to the swing and fouls it just above the knee, right in the thigh. Straight down. He's still flexing up there.
Yeah. That ball kept riding in on him. Sanchez digs in with Stanton leading off second. A 0-0 game in the top of the 11th. 2 out, 1-2 count. That gets away from Martin, and now Stanton advances to third. Another wild pitch from Axford.
Yeah, the third time would be a charm. Another breaking ball. This one's going to have, once the breaking ball hits, it has a little spin. You see it came back the other way a little bit. Usually when a right-hander throws the breaking ball in the dirt, it'll skip back towards the right-handed hitter. And Martin didn't have really much of a chance on that one. Stan should get a good lead off the third. Solarte's back. You never know. There might be another one in the dirt here.
Might get that charm. Here's the 2-2 to Sanchez. Fouled straight back here. And the count remains 2-2. Sanchez has been scuffling of late, has doubled tonight. Could use a big hit here, so could the Yankees, with Stanton on third and 2 outs. Sanchez steps out.
Sanchez last night got the rally started in the 7th inning with a base hit. Now he's trying to finish a rally here.
Sanchez waves, misses, and that ends the inning. Axford works around some trouble and keeps the Yankees off the board as we head to the bottom of the 11th. It's 0-0. NFC in a battle between two of the top Eastern Conference teams. The action kicks off at 12:30, presented by Etihad Airways, right here on Yes, and streaming on Fox Sports Go. The Yankees and Blue Jays have moved to the bottom of the 11th inning. Still no score, and Dellin Betances in for the Yankees.
Well, there's some history on this date as Betances comes in. You can see he's tough to hit. A lot of strikeouts, 43 in 25 innings. The Blue Jays actually played a 12-inning game on this date, June 6th, 1985. And the man on the left of your screen there, Buck Martinez, hit a 2-run homer against the Tigers to win the game. Well, reminded that Buck is not eligible to play tonight. So I wonder if even he knows that. I wonder if he knows that. Off of Aurelio Lopez. I remember him.
We could go ask him at some point.
Yeah.
Just yell really loud. 0-2 on Pilar as Betances gets ahead. The 0-2.
Oh.
Romine couldn't quite hang on, and it stays 0-2.
Just got a piece of it.
Strike 3, high heat inside, and Pilar chased it 1 down.
Couldn't get that one. Previous pitch was low and away. This one's up and in and well out of the strike zone, and Pilar has struck out. It's hard enough to hit pitches that are strikes, let alone chasing pitches that are upper 90s out of the zone.
There is Martin. He takes just a bit high, 1-0. Martin 0 for 2, struck out looking his last time up. That's lined in the air to left. Stanton started back, comes in, one makes the catch, 2 out.
Well, both teams have played 5 extra inning games this year. The Yankees are 3-2. There's Stanton coming on to make the catch. So they're a game over 500. The Blue Jays are perfect. They're 5-0 in extra inning games this year. The Yankees are trying to change that tonight.
Devin Travis 0 for 3, and he was up when Toronto had its best chance. Bases loaded, 1 out in the 5th, grounded into a beautifully turned double play by Torres and Didi. As Sonny Gray escaped really the only trouble he was in all night. Two and 1. Fastball crackling from Betances.
As it usually does.
Barnes up in the Jays pen. Strike 2.
He's throwing fire tonight.
He, like Green, has had the last 3 days off. Little looper into right field, a base hit. And Travis is on with 2 out.
Only the 3rd hit for Toronto in their first since the 5th inning.
16 straight Jays had been retired. And now, of course, we know the running game comes into play with Betances on the mound.
Travis does not have a stolen base this year.
Strike 1. Travis was dancing off of first a little bit. Strike two. 99 miles an hour from Betances. Travis goes, pitch high, and the base stolen by Devin Travis.
He got a walking lead that time, and I think he was waiting for Diaz to get into two-strike trouble before he would take a chance.
A little conversation
with Tim Leeper, the first base coach. He said, just go. And he almost fell down. Still made it.
The 1-2 outside, and it's 2-2 on Aledmus Diaz. First time Toronto's had a runner in scoring position since the 5th inning. The 2-2. He got him. 100-mile-an-hour heat from Devin Betances, and Travis is stranded at second. We go to the 12th. Off, and then play 3 against the Mets before another off day, and then home against Washington for 2 and Tampa Bay for 4. So a lot of New York baseball coming up for the Yankees. Aaron Boone was talking about how he's excited to experience his first Subway Series as Yankee manager. That'll begin Friday. Tanaka and DeGrom as Danny Barnes takes over out of the Blue Jays pen. See the numbers, not wonderful for Barnes on the season. As Gregorius grounds that foul.
You can see that Smoke was guarding the line against an extra base hit leading off the inning. And you think that his left would probably been foul anyway. See the big hole, he's guarding the line. Great shot. Good. Whoever put the camera there knew what they were doing. They were thinking about extra inning games.
The 0-1. 0-2 on Gregorius. Kenny, would you have to fight yourself as a hitter not trying to go yard in extra inning games?
Well, you're thinking, you know, you trying to read the headlines when you come up there, you know, wins the game in extra innings. The fact is, leading off at inning, you're trying to get something going. But there's not, I've always said this too, though. It's not bad to have a power hitter leading off an inning in a tie or a game where you're 1 run behind, because pitchers don't want to walk them. And pitchers fall behind on counts. So Didi's behind on the count here. You probably get a pretty good pitch to hit when you're leading off an inning.
Duhar on deck. He smoked a double off the wall to lead off the 10th, but then was stranded at second.
Good swing on that one. Yeah, you're tempted. You going up there and you're thinking, well, I got to put my A swing on something here. If I get something I can really hit hard, just go for it. You get ahead on count 3-1, 2-0.
And Gregorius has worked it full from down 0-2.
Barnes went with a changeup. All right, you got him 3-2. Your fastball should be prominent in your thinking here. You're leading off the inning.
Instead, he took something off it. Strike 3.
That's why he got him as a changeup. Barnes missed with a changeup on the previous pitch. He comes right back with another one. And that would have been a strike.
Gregorius out in front, 1 out, and here is Andujar.
You know what? I'm going to give Russell Martin credit for that call. 3-2. Veteran catcher. He knows what the deal is. Didi's probably looking for a fastball. He's putting the pressure on Barnes to throw a strike with his changeup, and he did it.
2-0 on Andujar. Barnes has struggled lately. He has pitched to an ERA just under 11 over his last 6 games. Duhar, red hot. A walk and a double so far tonight. Ahead in the count, 2-0. 2-1.
See, there's the rip. Now we know he has an aggressive, powerful type swing, but he's thinking, I'm 2-0. That's the type of swing should have. You miss it, or if you hit it well, you might have a run.
The 2-1 off the outside corner. It's 3-1 on Andujar.
Same type of swing. You get something you like, maybe a little bit more under control. Let your hands do the work. Drive the ball.
Romine on deck. That's outside, ball 4. A 2-walk game for Miguel Andujar. And the Yankees have a 1-out base runner.
That might be a first for him.
He's continued to show more patience, and it's paying off. Here's Romine. That catches the outside corner, strike 1.
Changeup for a strike.
And it is the first ever 2-walk game in the career of Miguel Andujar.
Well, you could have said rare and you would have been right too,
Romine's first at bat, he hit a hot smash, looked like it was ticketed for center field and would have driven in a run, and Devin Travis made a terrific diving play to rob him. Each team still seeking their first run. Duhar back.
Look out. Ooh. This one's going to ride in, and Romine just reverse the engines right here. Get out of the way. The target was inside, but it a little further in than Barnes wanted it.
Romine grounds that to third. To second for 1, on to first, and that is an inning-ending 5-4-3 double play. No score. We go to the bottom of the 12th.
Aaron Hicks and Neil Walker. And on the other side of the field, Randall Gritchen, Gio Urshela, and Luke Maley for John Gibbons. Toronto Blue Jays still eligible. So each manager got 3 moves. And he's saying, yeah, that Bill Boland's sharp. David Robertson will come in as he'll face these Blue Jays in the bottom of the 12th inning. Robertson worked a scoreless inning here last night. No runs, no hits, a strikeout, didn't walk anybody. So he's called upon for a second consecutive night here in Toronto.
Pitching has been outstanding for both teams so far tonight. Still a scoreless game. And in case you're just joining us, sort of a strange and interesting fact that we shared earlier. This is the first ever scoreless extra inning game between the Yankees and the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays have been in existence since 1977.
Top of the order for Toronto. Granderson, Solarte, and Teoscar Hernandez. Two 2-0 on Granderson.
There's Greg Bird towards the line.
That's down the middle for a strike. Granderson did not go around, and now it's 3-1 on Curtis Granderson. They have chased that out of the zone. It's 3-2.
Yeah, Robertson, instead of throwing the fastball, came in with a little slider. Granderson went.
Here's the payoff. Strike 3.
Ooh, that was a nasty pitch. So Robertson fell behind, fights back. Watch the break on this one. Boom. Strikeout number 1. Curtis Granderson strikes out for the second time tonight. Blue Jay hitters have struck out 13 times.
Breaking ball there from Robertson for strike 1. One and one. Biagini up in the Blue Jays pen. Yankees had some success off him last night. One and two.
Reaction from Solarte after this pitch. I think he was upset of himself more than anything else.
Strike 3. Another gorgeous pitch diving down and in from Robertson. 2 down.
Solarte breaks his bat on the way back to the dugout. It wasn't the bat's fault. He took the fastball for a strike. Didn't want to take another one. And fell for the okey doke. It was a breaking ball and swings over the top for strike 3.
So now 14 strikeouts from Blue Jays hitters tonight. And here is Teoscar Hernandez, who has accounted for 4 of them. 3 versus Gray, and then 1 versus Chad Green. 2-0. Three and 0 on Hernandez with Justin Smoke on deck. Swinging 3-0, lines that to left. Stanton there and able to hang on with the backhand grab. We head to lucky inning number 13 with no score between the Yankees and Blue Jays. Thanks to the Red Sox and Yankees, who are at the top of the best records in baseball, with the Mariners just behind them and the Brewers and Astros.
Joe Biagini will come in. Blue Jays had him in the rotation at the beginning of the year, but now out of the pen, and his struggles are documented right before you. Everybody in the league hitting .343 against him. 24 innings, 35 hits, 10 walks. Yankees going to try and get something started against him here in the 13th inning.
Last night surrendered a run out of the pen against the Yankees. It'll be Torres, Gardner, and Judge. 9, 1, and 2. Greg Bird would hit fourth in this inning. Strike one to Torres, who is 1 for 4. Singled in the 5th. Line out and a fly out as Jonathan Holder warms in the Yankee pen. Buckling was Torres as he looks at strike 2. These are the remaining options out of that Yankee pen.
Penn was well rested coming into this game.
Torres checks his swing. And thanks to the length the Yankees got in that doubleheaders, you see who remains for the Blue Jays. Just Owen Loop, the Yankees both saw last night. Thanks to the length they got in the doubleheader, they came into this series with a well-rested bullpen. They also have an off day tomorrow. The 1-2. And it's 2-2 on Torres. Eugenie deals. Swing and a miss. Glaber down on strikes, 1 out. I was talking with Aaron Judge the other day about why so many of the young players immediately come in and assimilate and seem so comfortable in this Yankees clubhouse. And he pointed to the man at the plate, Brett Gardner, and CC Sabathia. He said, we have veterans who know exactly how to welcome you in and make you feel comfortable. And it's something that Tyler Austin had told me earlier in the year as well. He said, I think part of the reason you see young guys able to thrive right away here is because of the atmosphere that those two veterans create by being the leaders in the clubhouse.
There is CC.
Two and 0 on Gardner.
Hasn't had much success against Biagini, but he's in the driver's seat now on the count, 2-0.
Gardner lines that towards left center field. That will get down for a base hit. Gardner takes a big turn and will hang on there. It's a 1-out single for Brett Gardner.
For a second there, I thought that ball might split the gap, but it took a high hop off the turf. And Teoscar Hernandez is over there to cut it off. Gardner took that turn. You know, he might be thinking, why take a chance on getting thrown out at second when I can just steal it if I get a good jump and feel more confident getting to second base that way.
Here's Aaron Judge, 0 for 4 on the night. Ball 1. That is persistence. His arms are going to be tired tomorrow. His eyes are a little tired right now.
Yeah, getting a little wobbly out there.
He's hanging on, hoping for a blast from Judge.
That would be nice, but the Yankees want to keep the rally going here.
One and 1.
Now we talked about guarding the line. Solarte, the third baseman, is on the line now. He doesn't want anything going to his right, getting down in that corner, and if it did, Gardner could probably score all the way from first base. He'll give up the single to his left. It's interesting how defense has changed according to situations in the game.
Judge goes chasing on that, and it's 1 and 2.
Slider, you see the spin, drops out as well out of the strike zone.
Check on Gardner.
I was about to say Biagini is yet to throw over the first base. Gardner was actually caught stealing last night, first time this season.
It was reviewed. He was initially called safe and then overturned. Gardner off first, 1 out, 1 and 2 on Judge. Here's the pitch. Tapped at the plate, foul, and Judge stays alive.
Ball got a piece of Russell Martin, and Judge turned around and checked on him. That's courtesy that a lot of hitters won't pass her out.
Oh, he thought he didn't realize it was fouled. Oh,
Whoa,
wait,
whoa,
hey,
whoa,
new
whoa,
life.
whoa,
All right, good,
whoa,
yeah.
Get back up there.
Okay. Another 1-2 coming from Biagini. Pitch. Hit in the air to left center field and deep. That ball is gone. And that kid is fired up. Aaron Judge delivers in extras. And it's 2-0 Yankees.
You gotta love it, folks. He hung in there for 13 innings.
He was elated when he got an Aaron Judge batting practice home run ball, has stayed the 13 innings, and is rewarded as Judge launches a 2-run homer to left center to give the Yankees a 2-0 lead.
By the way, that's number 17 on the season. That's fantastic. That's a lifetime memory for that youngster.
And the Yankees finally break through.
Well, you had mentioned Biagini had been struggling. He hung a breaking ball, and as soon as he touched the bat, he knew that was not coming back. As Judge said the other day, just turned the page on that 8 strikeout day in Detroit.
And Aaron Boone constantly talks about how unflappable Judge is, and here's the reaction from this young man. I mean, how great is that?
Yeah, Boone gave him the day off yesterday. And back in the lineup today.
And a big smile from Aaron Judge. Bird skies it into shallow center. Long run for Pilar. He gets there for the second out.
Aroldis Chapman
Left fielder number 27.
will come on in the bottom of the 13th.
Now, in batting practice, Aaron Judge hit a bomb to right center field. That young man we've been showing you retrieved. And he was fired up, especially when he found out, oh my gosh, that was hit by Judge.
Breathe his lips here. Go.
Stanton laces that to left field. It has the height and it has the distance. Goodbye.
Well, we thought this would be a 1 swing of the bat game. Actually, it looks like it's a 2 swing of the bat game. Number 14 for Giancarlo Stanton. And a lot of the folks here at Rogers Center are headed up the aisles.
A laser to left field off the bat of Stanton, and it's 3-0 Yankees. You got to see this on StatCast, Kenny.
Yes. 119.3.
The only harder hit ball this year, 119.9. A single from Aaron Judge. Tap to third. That will end the inning, but not before the Yankees break through. A 0-0 game becomes a 3-0 lead. A 2-run homer from Judge, 1 from Stanton, and a smile from that kid. Kenny.
1 out, 1 on for Aaron Judge. Biagini with a hanging hook. And this one's headed for faraway places. That gave the Yankees a 2-0 lead. They lead 3-0 now. But that's our Land Rover drive of the game.
Well, as we showed you, that young man had gotten a ball in BP off the bat of Aaron Judge, a launched home run to right center. And when he realized it was Judge, he had this just endearing, genuine reaction of, oh my gosh, that was Judge who hit it, because he didn't realize initially. Just so excited, and he has held up that all rise sign every single time Judge has come up tonight. Has stayed through the extras and was rewarded with that moment from Aaron Judge. And now Chapman on to try and lock down a 3-0 Yankee win and a 2-game sweep of the Blue Jays.
And give the Yankees a record of 5-1 on this road trip as they head back to New York to take on the Mets over the weekend at Citi Field.
Bird to the bag himself. 1 out. Aroldis Chapman a big smile after that out.
I'll tell you what, he got over the first base pretty quickly.
I mean, he is an athlete.
Yes, he's built along the lines of a fleet tight end, a receiving tight end.
And Luis Severino, Gary Sanchez, and CeCe all agreed today that he's also the best dresser on the team.
Really? Here he goes, breaking off the mound on that ground ball to the right side. Look at that. And just beautiful strides. He's open. Throw him the ball.
Like an Olympic sprinter. Kendrys, Morales, Justin Smoke, anybody on the Blue Jays wouldn't have had a chance to catch up with Chapman there.
Didn't catch up with that fastball at 99, and it's 0-2.
Driven in the air to center field and deep. Gardner racing back on the track at the wall, and it is off the top of the wall. Morales will head into second and just make it with a double. He was hardly running, and Judge decided to fire it in. Morales is at second with a one-out double.
Now we all know what Judge's arm is like. Gardner gives it the good effort, the old college try, the College of Charleston try. Off the top of the fence. See Judge coming over the back up. Maybe Morales thought that was gone, and that's why he almost got thrown out of. Yeah, he's styling. Yep, he is. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, he was really breaking it down.
What would Clyde Frazier say? Styling and profiling?
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
It always has to rhyme with Clyde. Who may be better dressed than Chapman. Here's Pilar with one out, and Morales on second. 0-2.
I tell you what, if he gets thrown out there, just don't go back to the dugout. I mean,
whoa.
Yep, manager's waiting on you.
Fouled back here, just over us. Sonny Gray gave the Yankees 8 sparkling innings. Chad Green, Dylan Betances, David Robertson have guided the ship here to Chapman in the bottom of the 13th, protecting a 3-run lead. Went off speed, 1-2.
First slider of the evening for Chapman. Didn't like that one, didn't break enough.
The 1-2. He got him. Slider over the outside corner. Strike 3.
Got rid of the previous ball that didn't break enough. He got that one. That one was sharp. Dropped in over the outside corner. Pilar caught looking. 0 for 5 tonight, and now 6 for his last 59.
And the Blue Jays are down to their final out. The change up there. Every once in a while he'll try and sneak one in. 82 miles an hour. It's 2-0.
Once in a while or once a year.
He usually throws right like 7 or 8 a year. He threw one for a strike 3. Oh, that was a slider.
Yeah, that was a slider.
We saw him end a game on a changeup a couple weeks ago. He was just smiling, laughing as he went to shake hands after. 2-0. Gregorius gets to it, and this should end it. It does. The Yankees win it in 13 innings, 3-0 the final, and they sweep this 2-game set against the Blue Jays. Aaron Judge, the go-ahead 2-run homer in the 13th, and the final reaction from our fan of the day. He is fired up after that last out, and he is never going to forget this night. We'll take a look at the totals for the Yankees in this 13-inning win. 3-8-0 for the Yankees as they reach a season high new watermark. 22 games over 500. 0-4-0 for the Blue Jays. David Roberts in the win in relief. Aroldis Chapman the save. Sonny Gray excellent tonight. 8 shutout innings. And Judge and Stanton both go yard in the 13th to help guide the Yankees to victory. Coming up next on the YES Network, stay tuned for the WB Mason postgame show with Chris Sheeran.